I am standing in front of the largest tree mill in all of Mexico to this point, and wouldn't you believe that this is a mid-range tree mill? Secondly, which I'm excited about, I've been begging this guy for years to hop on camera. So between the biggest tree mill in all of Mexico and begging this guy to hop on camera, this is gonna be an interview you wanna watch. Robert, thank you for being here. I'm ready to talk tree mill, power grip, and the capabilities that you've been able to perfect here at a stamping company that plows through really difficult, hard materials.
Yeah, that's true. They work for materials from 35 to 65 Rockwell, so they need a really actually a very stiff machine. And you told me about the biggest tree mill machine here in Mexico. You're right, but it's only a mid-size machine. That's very important because for us, this is a small machine.
I want to talk about the size of the machine and the importance of the machine, and we're going to get into that. I promise you guys we're going to get into that, because this, to me, I mean, you guys know how big I am and strong, right? Obviously, that's not true. But with this, yeah, Robert actually is. But with this being a mid-sized machine, we want to dive into what the larger machines can do. But I actually want to cut to the chase right away, because I heard a story from Robert that I have to get over to you immediately. And that's the amount of chip removal that the tree mill was able to do on this machine in combination with the REGO-FIX power grip that none of the other machines in this shop could do. It is mind-blowing to me, because when I think about an investment, how much money goes into my hard-earned money into a machine shop, and I can produce this many chips and produce this many parts, which equals money, this is the headline to me, Robert.
Yeah, that was the most important thing. The relationship between the customer and us was every time based on trust. So this machine was sold after many years of speaking and of showing and taking off some things. The most important thing was I was telling the customer from the beginning on, you know what, you can double, triple, or more times make your production more reliable, much more faster. So I had the chance to show it to him. We have done several testings on his actually production machines, and then on several showroom machines from Trimill, and he was stunned because I told you before, no, about the feed rate.
Yes.
General feed rate here in this company before in rough milling was around 4 meters per minute. Right now they work with 20 to 25 meters. And not only this, before they was cutting only 0.5 millimeter step, and right now they're doing this, they're doing it with 1 millimeter. So we speak about 8 to 12 times more chip removal per time. That's very, very, very important. And on the other hand, it's not only the stiffness and the strongness of the machine. We speak also about preciseness of the machine. This machine, let me tell you, very important, because this machine on 4.5 meters to 2.5 meters, we have less than 4 microns of deviation. Less than 4 microns on the whole feed, on the whole range of movement of this machine. So this customer right now is actually able to do millings less than a half hundredth of a millimeter exactly. It doesn't matter if it's 4 meters away or 2 meters here. Yeah. So this opens a complete new field for the customer, because not only fast in rough milling, but also very fast in the finishing work. Yeah. They was used to finishing their surfaces 1.5, 1.6 meters per minute. Right now they're doing it with 12 meters per minute. It's completely insane. Yeah,
that's wild. Robert, I wanted to express that to the audience so they can understand the difference between what was being done and what is now being done. Yep. Because we understand that speed and precision, the reduction of secondary, third operations, they all equal money, yep, longer tool life. But you are the technical expert when it comes to the tree mill. How is this even possible? Can we explain a little bit to the people watching right now who are curious about how tree mill, how this combination can actually make this happen? Because that seems like it's a made up number. If we're just talking to people, it seems like, no, double the depth and 20 times faster. It just seems like we're we're selling, you know, what do they call it? Snake oil, right? But that's not the case. This is a true story. The facts are here, and they continue to repeat themselves at every single machine shop. So how does Trimill do this?
It's actually very simple.
Of course it is. Of course you would say that.
No, it's actually very simple. I see a lot of companies struggling with having maybe the right machine, but not the right software, or having the right tool, but don't having the right tool holder. Yeah. So in my opinion, it's very easy because you only need to bring together the right things: right tool, right tool holder, right process, and in the very end, obviously, the right machine. So within this machine or inside this machine, we have done exactly the same. We don't use cast iron machine beds. This is actually concrete base. There are two, how can I say it, advantages. First, thermal growth is almost nothing, and the stability and the ability to take vibrations. Vibrations are the dead for the milling tools. So with this machine construction or the materials we use here, we bring it down almost to zero. And then let me tell you something. This machine, only what we can see on top on the floor, weighs more than 100 tons. So in normal machines, you will find maybe one ball screw with one engine. Here we have in axis Y and X, we have rack and pinion systems with 4 engines in each of the axes. So the other thing is the whole concept of the machine is completely different to other machines. It's so stiff that you can actually, after 10 years of producing in this machine very fast, still have a machine very precise. 2 or 3 months ago, we moved 2 machines from one of our customers to another city. We assembled the machine and we measured them completely again. We found out less than 5 thousandths of millimeter of deviation after almost 10 years of production, rough production. I'm speaking 3 shifts, 7 days per week. So this is the kind of quality Trimill is doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you and I, the last time we met, we were actually in the Czech Republic, and I was learning about this, some from Robert, some from the ownership. We got to see how the concrete was poured. We got to see the construction of the entire machine itself. You mentioned that this is a medium-sized machine.
Yep.
I promised the audience we would go back into some of your larger machines because this is important to talk about as well. As Mexico continues to expand on the realization that buying cheap doesn't mean making money later.
Exactly.
And investing in money, and with all of these new processes coming to Mexico, these are the type of machines that can help the Mexican companies win. So let's talk about what happens when we expand to the bigger machines.
So very first point, you said it right. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter how much do a machine cost. But what really matters is what's coming out of the machine in your production. Because I am and everybody else who is really having success is measuring this value, not what the machine costs. So this is the most important thing on it. On the other hand, you mentioned new processes. This as a mid-size machine, offering also bigger machines or big machines, we are able to process very easily, for example, parts or complete molds for gigapress processes. So everybody's doing it right now. Yeah, Elon Musk started with it, having the idea. I heard about it, about a matchbox. He bought a matchbox and he thought himself, oh, it's weird. They've done it with one casting. Let's do the same thing.
Right.
I don't know if it's true, but it sounds likely.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So other companies are doing the same right now, or implementing or trying to implement the same thing. So it's not possible to do it on a smaller C-frame machine. You will need a very precise and hard roughing working machine for this stuff, and also on the same time a machine where you can finish, because 20 years ago you bought a big machine for roughing, and you bought a big machine for finishing. Nah, take it away. Right now we can do everything in one machine, precise and long-lasting.
To me, that's important to understand. That last point resonates with me. When I look in the distance in the factory we're in right now, we see a giant crane and how long it must take to move some of these. We're talking about doing bigger pieces in one. Why would we want to move it? Why do we want to continue to move it? Now, I'm going to wrap this conversation up, bringing it back to the power grip and back to your relationship with REGO-FIX, because although we've talked a lot about Trimill today and the ability, as you said, removing more chips, going deeper, having the precision, all of this is incorporated with something like REGO-FIX, right? Or REGO-FIX, in this case, 100% with the partnership with REGO-FIX. But I look around this facility and I see other machines that are here, not just Trimill, and they might not have the same vibration dampening. They might not have that same power in the motor, right? But we've noticed that the power grip has now been implemented after the partnership with 2R on the Trimill has now been implemented throughout the entire shop, and we've seen improvements in the same areas on some of the older machines as well. Is that true?
Yeah, this is true. So let me explain you a little bit about the history. The REGO-FIX, I know them from Germany. Oh, I'm German, yeah. I know them from Germany. Very reliable, very good systems. And when I knew our partner, REGO-FIX here in Mexico, our colleague Cristian Martinez, he opened new doors for me because there's a really good relationship. Every time we need something, they are there and they help us. So I like to bring them also when we install new machines directly to the customer, because our machines look even nicer with these tool holder systems. But on the other hand, for all of the customers who don't have enough money or don't want to spend the money in this kind of machine, they can achieve actually with this tool holder system more milling also in their older machines. We have seen on C-frame machines, older C-frame machines, or let's say mid-size machines, not so cost-intensive machines, that the improvement can be up to 50% more of the milling rate. So more preciseness, much more chip removal, and on the other hand, very, very important, the tools. You can buy cheap tools, 15, 20 bucks, and you can buy some tools. In our company, for example, we use also tools with a cost of 300, 400 US dollars. So only by using this system, you can bring it down to 50% of the inversion of the money in tools, because they take out really good all the vibration, and vibration always is killing the cutter and is killing the quality on the surface.
100% correct. And I'm just going to advocate a little bit for you here for fun, which is if all of these machines are now upgraded thanks to that type of partnership and they're producing more, which means they're making more, you could actually now buy one of these machines, one of these Trimills. So the point is, let's maximize the productivity of what we have so that we can invest in the best technology on the planet.
Exactly, exactly. The point is not to sell something and then go away very far. The point is really take the customer as partners by their hand, help them to grow, because their growth is also your growth, it's mine, the industry growth, and that's why we are working on it. And I'm very passionate about all these things because I like it. And I think the people who know me, they know that I like it, and so they like me because to work together is always fun.
Well, Robert, we're going to close this thing out.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have done so good on camera. I've been begging you for years, and now I'm going to beg you even more to be on camera.
It's not true. It's not true. It was the opposite, huh?
Robert, thank you so much for your time today.
Bye.
I truly appreciate it. 2R, this is Trimill, this is Power Grip, this is what's being done in some of the hardest metals. I've been to the factory in Czech Republic, seen the concrete poured. Do your research, learn a little bit more. If you're getting into this world, it is worth giving a call to Robert and 2R and anyone else out there who's working with the Trimill product. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've learned as much as I have today, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.